Hello, my name is Amy Moore, and I am the developer of MoreStat Pro. If you're using MoreStat Pro, you're basically saying, I want to think like a statistician. I want to look at my data, and I want to determine whether or not what I have is actually sufficient to run a particular statistics test. So the app is devised to ask particular questions and then arrive at a particular diagnosis given how you answered those questions. And over time, what I'm hoping is that you will get to a point where you learn which questions to ask without having to look at the app. So I do anticipate people will get to a point where they will feel confident enough to work without the app. Now, in order for you to start your subscription, you need to hit one of the tabs at the top of the page. I recommend the Build Models tab. So if you hit the Build Models tab, it will prompt you to provide your credit card information. And once you enter your credit card information, you should also add the coupon code MORESTAT in caps. That's capital MOORESTAT. Once you do that, the app will be $8 a month. So for only $8 a month, you will have access to an app that will facilitate your research and enable you and empower you to feel confident enough to diagnose your data. Doesn't that sound like a good idea? I think it sounds like a great idea, right? So once you hit the Build Models tab, what you will see is a series of questions that you will apply to the data you're looking at, that you're physically looking at in wherever you are in the world, and you will answer the questions, and at the very end, you're going to get a diagnosis, okay? And the diagnosis could be anything. It could be a t-test. It could be anything. The app also includes independent and dependent variables. Now, independent variables are variables that are predictors of your outcome variable, which is your dependent variable. And so what you're doing is you're going to have to identify your independent variables in your model. You'll have to identify your dependent variables in the model. And the great thing about this is if your scenario is not in the app, no problem. You can contact me via email at amore20@morestat.com, and I will gladly help you diagnose your data for free if your scenario is not in the app or you're having trouble with the app. So in either scenario, you will get the help that you need at only $8 a month. So, I think that's about it that I want to share with you. There's also a tab for graphs that gives you a straightforward association training lesson on which graphs go to which variable types, okay? So if you're not good at variable types and graphs, it's a simple guide to provide that for you. And you could just go through the different choices and pick the appropriate graph for your data. So thank you for listening, and I look forward to possibly hearing from you. And have a nice day, have a nice evening. Enjoy your time with the MoreStat Pro app. Thank you.